Yeah, they ain't never seen so much heart. Yeah, all I ever did was play my part. Yeah, knocking boys off Mario Kart.
Hello everybody, my name is Adrian and welcome to cryptosrlife. We're going to be doing an overall market overview here and then jumping into a new project that I just invested in, as well as talking a little bit about the Tron position and where it looks like we're heading with that. But to dive right into it, remember I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoy yourself, and if you do like my videos, I do invite you to please hit that subscribe button, and if you really like it, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up. That helps out a lot. Thank you guys, man. Our market cap is currently sitting at 453 billion. We've been kind of sideways for the last few days. We do have a BTC dominance of 40%. So we are looking to see a bull run coming here into March, and we'll go ahead and dive into that here in a second. To start off, Tron, pretty exciting over the last couple days. It is starting to pick up a little momentum. We are currently sitting at about 5 cents for Tron. And I mean, that doesn't sound like a big jump from 4 to 5 cents, but that's a 20% gain. And the position that I'm in with Tron, that means several $1,000s per cent of Tron that goes up. So it's always exciting to see it keep ticking up and keep clocking up. I do see a slow, steady growth on Tron from here through the end of March, maybe up to about 7-8 cent range. I do believe that when we break that 10-cent resistance on Tron, then that's when we can start seeing some big swing potential and some big upside to come rapidly thereafter. But I am closely watching Tron, and it is an exciting coin to watch. And like I said, every cent means thousands of dollars in profits in my position. Hopefully you got a good position on there as well, where you might be seeing some big gains. But one of the new coins that I actually just took a position in it. It did come on my radar a couple days ago, and I've been watching it and I've been digging into it a little bit. And it is NCASH. It has just been listed on Binance not long ago. But let's take a look at that. It's a really cool project. I just did a ICO review on Faceter a couple days ago, and it's going to be real similar type of technology to Faceter. But let's take a look at it. Since it is newly listed, we do not know its current market cap nor its circulating supply. So those are factors that I still to be determined. But it's currently sitting at about 3 cents. So it's a relatively cheap, inexpensive token at the moment. I am waiting to see what the circulating supply would be in the market cap. But it is an interesting project, and I did take a small position on it. I picked up about 20,000 tokens, a little over 20,000 tokens, just before I started recording this video, and decided to make a video on NCASH, as it is starting to pick up a little buzz as well. So it could have a quite little run up going on. It's currently in the middle of a breakout right now. I don't know how high it'll run. I mean, nobody does know, but I mean, it could see some short-term upside potential really nicely here. But I do believe it to be a long-term hold as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. All right, so we are sitting about 3.5 cents currently, on its way back up to 4 cents. It has seen over 4 cents, especially as it initially came out. It came out initially a little high, did take a dip. It did find a little resistance at that 4 cent range, and dropped, started finding resistance at 3 cent range, broke that. So not only have we passed the resistance here at the 3 cent range, we're going to start testing the 4 cent range here as well. And I mean, if it does have some good upside, we can start seeing maybe up to towards 6 cents here if it does have a true breakout, and that's a 50% gain on a short swing trade. So that's not half bad at all. So from a swing trade perspective, not a bad move. But also as a long-term play, let's take a look at what they do and what they're trying to implement, and see if it's something that might fit your portfolio. Let's go take a look at their website here. It's nucleus.vision. All right, so this is going to be has a lot of similarities to Faceter, the ICO that I just reviewed a few days ago. And again, my background is in the security industry. I have certifications across the board, from everything from system design to installation to configuration, server setup. I mean, you name it, and I've got certified in it, and I've done it all across the country for private sector businesses and governmental agencies. So I do have a background in it, and I am well versed in the technology. So let's take a look at Faceter and see what they have to offer. Can you tell who entered your resort store? So it's like a facial recognition type of project, backed by Tim Draper, Reliance Capital, Indusage Partial. Never heard of them, but I'm sure I'm going to look into them a little after the video. And then QuadGen. Let's take a look here. It's already trusted by hundreds of brands, so it looks like they're already have some type of project, a working model of work. And there's big names. There's Gap, Lee, M&S, Polo. I mean, they're playing with the big boys here. And the good news is they're recognizable names to America, the Western world. So it could have potential to really take off, because a lot of these coins that are really exciting or whatnot, they develop partnerships with companies we've never heard of because they're based in China or Europe, or we just might not be familiar with those markets. But this does play to the American market, and I believe that will lend a lot of credibility to the platform, as well as show that they are doing what they're trying to do and accomplishing what they're setting out to do. So let's go ahead and dig a little deeper here. Introducing Nucleus Vision. Founded at Harvard University, Nucleus Vision is an IoT-based contactless identification system that empowers retailers to identify and better serve their customers. Pretty awesome, man. Founded at Harvard. Let's go ahead and dig a little deeper here. Phase 1. That's what I'd like to see here. Their first phase is going to be the Nucleus Vision Retail, in-store customer identification and personalization. So that's going to be their phase 1, which is currently ongoing. So if we click on that and take a look at this here, it kind of gives us a layout as to what their phase 1 is trying to do. And from what I'm gathering from it all, is it's doing facial recognition on people that are entering your business structures, so that you might be able to, match to their social profiles, so you can direct market to them, as well as get a taste of what they might be looking for to better assist them as they enter your store, as well as develop the demographics of the demographic that come into your facility. And it's all done in live data feeds. So I mean, that's pretty awesome. And for phase 2, they're going to be doing a security aspect of it, which is going to be more towards like the Faceter type of style, the residential asset security and commercial security, which is all huge business. So I mean, if they do successfully finish off their phase 1 and continue on to phase 2, I believe phase 2 is where they're going to see huge gains, and that would be going into 2019. Let's see here. Phase 3 is 2021. It's Nucleus Vision powered world. That might be a bit of a stretch, but you never know. I mean, one of these security blockchains is gonna eventually start competing with the ADTs of the world and with the large commercial security conglomerates. And I mean, it could be Nucleus Vision, it could be Faceter. I don't know. I have a position in both, and if any future facial recognition technologies do hit the blockchain, I will deep dive into those as well, and I might take positions in those as well, because you got to understand, they don't have to dominate the world to be profitable. They get a good portion of that commercial sector and residential sector. I mean, you can 100x, 200x your money just off that. They don't have to conquer the world. So how does Nucleus Vision work? Okay, and this is my first time going through this here too as well. I wanted to do it all my first time on the video with you guys, so that way we can kind of go through it together. So let's say the retailer installs ION sensor, okay? And the ION sensor identifies the customer. And I'm not sure if the sensor is in the effect of it's got to be to the effect of some type of camera or something like that. But let's see here. Orbit sends data, secure orbit layer, okay? And Neuron creates real-time personas. Okay, so I guess it then matches it the facial recognition, and then gets the customer's recommendation. So it is geared towards that, to see as people enter, if it's a hotel, what level they prefer staying on, if they've been there before, what accommodations they prefer. If it's retail, what areas they might be interested in going to, what new products they might be interested in getting information on as they enter the store. This could be feeding back into real-time data feed to sales reps that can then go up to that person and already have a targeted pitch for them. So I do see this being huge for the commercial sector there, especially those big chains that were already mentioned that they're already working with. So let's see, path-breaking proprietary technology. Nucleus Vision IoT sensors don't depend on RFID, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or even facial recognition technologies to operate, okay? No app required, no barriers to adoption, no Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or GPS required, works with all phones, provides anonymous intelligence. The timeline and the roadmap. Okay, so wow, so in 2017 they've launched in 10 stores. Not huge, but it's a good test project to see how it's gonna, like a soft launch, to see what kinks they might run into and perfect whatever issues they may be having before they launch it wide scale. So 10 stores, I was thinking it'd be a little more than that. 2018 token sale plus retail growth. 2019, so they got a roadmap all the way to 2022. So in 2018, they're going to be looking to do their token sale and retail growth. That's occurred and occurring. 2019, global expansion of retail. Sure. 2020, expand into physical security. I see. 2021, scale retail and physical security. 2022, expand into connected world. I find the roadmap to be a little bit confusing. I wish they'd... Well, here's the full roadmap there. Let's take a look at that. Here we go. So it was incepted in 2013 at Harvard. So they've been working on it for a while now. 408 interviews with brands, investors, and startups. Okay, so I'm wondering then if those partners that they were mentioning on their homepage earlier, if they're already in active relationships with them, or if they're in talks of potentially doing a store demo or something and seeing how it works out for them. Let's see if it covers that. So in 2014, they did raise angel round from Tim Draper, 100 brands and 4 telecom. Okay. 2015, proof of concept. So they've already gone through the proof of concept and raised their seed money from institutional investors at that. Very cool. 2016, product fully developed. Okay, so it has been fully developed. 4 global technology partners, 12-layer deep stack development, and 50 million unique customer insights from telecom. Wow. Okay, so I guess they're getting their insights from telco companies. That'd be weird. 2017 is the official product launch of the ION sensors. Deployed 10 of the... Okay, so I guess they got 10 different types of sensors. Telecom partnerships is 2. I mean, all you really need is 2 or 3 of them, to the major ones, and you got everything covered. Neuron couponing system. Users identified 30,000. You're going to be doing a lot more than that. Retail expansion. ION sensors deployed 15. Telecom partnerships 3. Okay, so they added another one. And Neuron dynamic couponing user identifies 40,000. Okay, cool. There we go. Now we're getting to 2018 where we currently are. It's deployed at 25 stores now. Okay, so they've a little more than doubled their stores. They've deployed 50 sensors, 4 telco companies, and coalition loyalty program user identifies 100,000. I mean, okay, that's Q1. Q2 going into Q2, which we're going to be doing here shortly. Let's take a look here. It's grow telco partnerships. ION sensors deployed 250. Okay, so I mean they're deploying more stores, but developing more telco partnerships and more sensors. Let's see here. Identified 1 million in Q3. They're looking to do 4 million by Q4. Let's skim through this here and see if there's anything that stands out as being something huge that would really be exciting. Let's see here. Units identified. Say they want to do by 90 million by Q4 of next year. Okay. So I just find all these types of technology really fascinating, and it seems to be that the facial recognition capacity on the blockchain is just growing and growing. And I mean, it's really a kind of a catch-22 because, I mean, you're going to be known everywhere you go, pretty much instantly. But at the same time, that's going to happen anyways, if it's not already. But at least this way, you have a chance to make some money off it and get some profits in there. That way, if you really want to, if you make enough money off these, you can move somewhere where there's no cameras if you really don't like that. So let's go ahead and go back and take a look at their homepage. So overall, it looks like a promising project so far. I haven't seen anything particular that would make me say, oh man, I need to dump tons of money in this right now. So I did take a small position in it. I picked up 20,000 tokens rather. A little over 20,000. And I'll be watching it closely. And well, check a look at their team here. CEO and founders from Harvard, badass. Martin Dudley from Levi's, badass. The CTO is Illinois Institute of Technology, is very awesome. Wow, creative director from TED speaker from Parsons, super cool. And Ryan Lester, lead blockchain developer. Okay, so it seems that there's five team members currently. Let's take a look at the investors and possibly some advisors. Yeah, there's a ton of advisors, it looks like. So the investors here: founder, Draper Venture Network, early investor, Bitcoin and Skype, co-founder of Intel Capital, founding management. Okay, so you got some investors here that know what they're doing. You got some serious backers that are putting their money where their mouth is, and I think that speaks volumes because these guys look like they've got some real experience dealing with some real money and don't play around. So when you see investors of this caliber, I mean, that alone doesn't make you feel bad about buying the tokens at 3 cents a pop. I'm pretty confident in that move there. So let's take a look at their advisors. Wow, the co-founder at Icon, that's pretty damn awesome. Chief Investment Officer, Reliance Capital. Founder and CEO of Washman, the world's largest blockchain PR agency. Founder at Coinsetter. Blockchain Partners Career Advisor at Icon. So they seem to have a few people from Icon. I wonder if they have any type of relationship with them. Advisor B Token, Harvard, another Harvard guy here. Wow, look at their advisors, man. It's 2, 4, 8, 12. 12 advisors here. Harvard Business School again, Harvard Law, ex-Boeing and Microsoft, IoT and blockchain lead at Microsoft, former Boeing, former IBM. I mean, you've got some rock stars on their advisors board and on their investors panel. So, I mean, that definitely really kind of makes me feel at ease with my small investment. And I mean, HSBC, wow. So I'm gonna be definitely keeping a close eye on this project here on Nucleus Vision, and I may be quadrupling, tripling or quadrupling my position as I keep an eye on the coin. As again, I haven't. It's relatively new to Binance, so I'm always kind of shy when the coins are relatively new. You never know what direction they're gonna shoot, either up or down, just off the hype of. It has nothing even really to do with the project. A lot of the times, it's just the hype around the new coin hitting the market. Or the exchange rather. So I'm always a little timid at that. I like to let that simmer down and see what that does before I take a position in it, and really base my position off the project and the current valuation. And I kind of broke my own rules a little bit here by getting into the project that's so new to Binance, and not knowing what the market cap is or the circulating supply. But I figured at 3 cents, 3 cents a token, you wasn't taking much of a risk and didn't take much of a position. So I'm just really kind of a little tester investment, I guess, to start getting more intimate with the project as I'm invested into it. Because as I'm invested into a project, I tend to keep tabs on it better and get a feel for it better and learn it better. So I took a small position in it. I'll keep video updates if I add more, if I sell it off, and let you guys know. But again, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, throw me a thumbs up, leave any comments with any questions you may have below. And also, I'd like to invite you to follow me on Twitter at cryptosrlife. You can shoot me any questions or join any conversations that we may have going on there anytime. Other than that, happy trading and have a good one.
Yeah, they ain't never seen so much heart. Yeah, all I ever did was play my part. Yeah, knocking boys off. Mario.